Good people, over the next couple of weeks, we are continuing in our stewardship journey as we make our way to our Stewardship Sunday on November 12th. Our stewardship theme this year is Because of You, Our Church Changes Lives. And last week, we heard a good word from Sebastian Caposcio talking about how Park Church has partnered with his ministry, Light of Love, in helping the Congolese and African refugees who have come to West Michigan and made this community their new home. Today, we're going to hear how raising one of our own has changed the life of one of our members who, through growing up in Park Church, her spirit has been moved and shaped and changed because of you. And so I want to welcome Heather Peterson to come and share our stewardship moment as she reflects on our theme, Because of You, Our Church Changes Lives. Thank you, Heather.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So since this is the fifth Sunday of the month, I get to kind of do a 2-for-1 special. So I'm doing a stewardship moment and faith journey kind of all rolled into one. Since I've grown up in Park Church, I have a lot, and I mean a lot of examples of how Park has shaped me into the person that I am. But I need to keep this under 5 minutes, so I will just have to give you the Cliff Note version. One major aspect of life at Park that has not only shaped me, but also changed the lives of others is participating in the youth groups. When I was in the high school youth group, we would go on mission trips every other year during spring break. My first one was to Hawaii to help a church expand a campground. And before you say, Hawaii, how horrible, just know that we slept in tents, not one of those lovely glamorous resorts that you see in commercials and movies. And there was also the morning that I woke up to see the SWAT team walking around our campground, but that's another story for another day. We spent our days clearing land and getting covered in mud. And when we attended the church service for the church that we were helping, our group alone more than doubled the attendance from the previous week. And while I know we made a difference for others that week, the impact wasn't immediately noticeable. The impact of the trip we took 2 years later, however, was more immediate. That year, we went down to Florida to help residents recover from hurricanes. We got to see the faces of homeowners as we replaced roofs, cleaned up backyards, or tore down structures that were unsafe. As an adult, I was fortunate enough to be part of the group of Park members to go to the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota and help build ramps, outhouses, and beds for members of the Oglala Lakota Nation. Mission trips like these change not only the lives of those you are helping, but also those who are on the trip with you. New bonds are formed when you put a group of teens on a roof with hammers, or when you give teens machetes and let them loose in a big muddy mess. Similarities are found and differences are respected and even celebrated when you realize that you are there not for yourself, but to make life better for someone else. What you see as simply building a bunk bed is actually giving a new quality of life to a grandmother who has been sleeping on the floor for most of her life. And now to bring things a little closer to home, the other major aspect of life at Park that has shaped me is music. I have been singing here since I was old enough to be in a choir. I was in Carol Choir, Park Singers, Joyful Noise, and now Chancel Choir, not to mention playing in the Bell Choir and Wind Ensemble. Studies have shown that there are numerous benefits for singing in a choir. Some of these boost physical health, like improved breathing, heart rate, and immune systems. Some boost mental health, like improving memory and reducing stress. And some are social, like creating a sense of community and belonging. And I would like to think that some of these benefits are transferred from the choir to the audience as we perform, thus growing the benefits exponentially. We never know when a phrase or even a whole song allows someone to feel seen and welcome, and how that might change the course of their day, week, or even life. By now, you are probably thinking, enough about you, what does this have to do with me? Well, all of these things wouldn't be possible without the financial support of people like you. Our stewardship theme this year is Because of You, Our Church Changes Lives. So while financial giving is super awesome and necessary, I feel it is important that we remember that time and talent are also part of stewardship. For without hands and bodies to do the work, money can only get us so far. So behalf on those whose lives have already been changed by our church and those whose lives will be changed by you, thank you for your generosity and support.